You know, every time I'm here at the farm working with Madeleine at my home farm, it really makes me think about how we started. That was a long time ago, and the farm certainly wasn't like it is now. It's been 20 years of working and building the foundations and the blocks and the crews that have been here, that left and came, and raising our family here. And it's it's a really special place, and it's been really a great adventure to build this. And you know, I still remember the motivations that we had, Madeleine and I, when we were younger, in our early 20s. You know, we wanted to have a positive impact. We wanted to play a positive role in changing the world for the better and having a more ecological lifestyle, just like a better environmental awareness of what we were doing, and agriculture certainly was a great way to do that. And you know, asking these questions about why, I'm really a why guy, especially as I grow into this this life that I have and this moment here and now on planet Earth. And it brings me back to you and your journey, and why are you interested in all of this, and what kind of growing are you doing, and where do you want to be, and how do you want to have an impact? And I think, you know, there's a lot of possibilities about where can this lead. And to help you figure this out, I've put up some sort of a quiz that can really help you understand your journey in this agricultural adventure. The link isn't below. Check it out. I think it can really be helpful. It can help you better understand where you're at, and it also can help you understand how you can be an actor in this agricultural revolution that so many of us are wishing for and, frankly, are really doing. And so that's interesting. Check it out. And this week on the episode, I'm really reflecting on the farm, my home farm, and what it was and what it is, and how it has been such a great journey. So this farm didn't just happen overnight. It was a lot of work. And I'll just show you around, see some of the things that we did through the years. First of all, laying out the beds. I dug them by hand. We had a plow come in. You know, that was the first year. All of this was an open field. There was no trees, there was nothing. There wasn't the pond, the fruit trees, the berries, the greenhouses. It was a bare field, in the middle of which there was this rabbit coop that has become our beautiful house ever since. But laying out the beds was the first thing that we did. The big plow came, and then we shaped all the beds. We made them square, and we have 10 of them. And then I raised the beds. The first time I did that, it was with a shovel. One scoop to the right, one scoop to the left, or to the left, or to the right. And that was a lot of work. Since then, we have tools now that are motorized with the BCS walk-behind tractor to help us. But that was one of the first things. And then planting all the fruits and the trees. We have different fruit trees here on the farm. The berries also, raspberry patch was a big thing. You know, it's not, the raspberry patch is more part of our homestead here. But that was cool. These are like 15 years kind of still kicking. And the pond. The pond was one of the first things that we did on the farm. Building the pond was part of also of having more dirt to raise the greenhouse and more dirt to raise the pergola where the house kind of sits. And it's south facing, so in the winter it reflects the sunlight into the house, which is really something that I had read about. A lot of Japanese kind of feng shui designs are built around this idea. So this is how we did it. And the pond, over the years, there's been many iterations, but such a beautiful space. It attracts so many insects, so many frogs. And then it's a swimming hole, which is really cool for us and for everyone that's working at the farm. And obviously, we have the house that has changed over the years. Beautiful greenhouse. The greenhouse is where we start, or really early starts in January to early tomatoes. It's connected to the house. It's south facing. That was a big investment, but considering the heating costs that are always on the rise from year to year, connecting this to the main house, having a wood stove and a floor heating, cement floor, really helps with the heating costs. It's much better in early January than having an outside greenhouse. And again, it's been such fun through the years to be planting stuff, trees, really developing the landscape according to how we see things, according to what's going on. You know, this is your pretty typical homestead. The clothesline is connected to the greenhouse, I think. Aren't we all doing this? Building the greenhouses was a big project. That's certainly an area where you're never wasting any money. Anytime you put up a house, especially if you do the work yourself, you're definitely investing and putting money in the bank, because greenhouses can make a lot of money on their own. And the house, it certainly wasn't beautiful like that when we got here. It was a rabbit barn. And before buying here, Madeleine and I, we lived 2 seasons in a teepee with our 1-year-old boy. And really these were the foundational years. And this whole project of creating a farm, of creating this space, was what was vibrating inside of us. Raising a family in the countryside, being part of the community, but also having the freedom to build stuff, to move rocks, to create spaces, niches, to shape our home, shape our homestead. And that was the biggest project ever. And the reason why I'm passionate about showing some of this is not to brag about what we've done, but to perhaps inspire anyone that's perhaps a bit younger, or not even younger, but it's thinking about having this lifestyle, and me wanting to encourage people to take that step. The market garden is what feeds the whole homestead lifestyle that we have, but the lifestyle aspect of building the farm, of being on the farm, of crafting the environment, of shaping everything here is really what drove us to do all this. And over the years, the struggles that we've had and the challenges and the success was really brought me to write my book, The Market Gardener, and share some of our insights about how to do the market gardening part properly, at least, you know, how to start on the right footing. And, you know, the book is a big part of what I've become over the years, because writing the book was me taking a year and a half to really sit down and reflect on our first 8 years of market gardening, sharing some of our success principles. And you know, if there's a downside to the book, is that people couldn't really see the farm, couldn't really see what we were doing. And that has led me to doing more video. And today there's an introductory course that's a really great complement to the book. Again, all the information will be on the link below, but this course is kind of a visual of what market gardening is, of what it is not. And there's a lot of great pieces there where people can see and understand how this farm functions. So check it out. The intro course is on our website, but it's there for you if that's where you want to be. Check that out. The farm here is a really live place. Blueberries, just amazing. This little patch of blueberries can feed all the family for the full year. We freeze them, and it's just a lot of our smoothie mornings happen here. Grapes, elderberries, one of my best friend, the BCS, a big part of everything that we've been doing here, like having this power unit, 2-wheel tractor. You know, it powers a harrow, it powers a snowplow. In the winter, it powers you know, all sorts of different implements that we use in the market garden. And the crew and hosting. The crew, hosting people that have been with us over the years, has been a big part of our program. I'll show you where we house them. But you know, the farm is a living organism, and it's a fun place to be. See, we have the sugar shack, we have the pond, and I showed in an early video the pond, how we had to redig it. It's doing better this year, really happy about that. This is like the main house where our interns really have their space, and we have these little cabins in the forest. You know, all in all, it's not that complicated, but again, you know, this is part of the good life. This is part of my appreciation of what our line of work allows us to do, which is be in an environmental place, a place of nature, a place of hard work, and a place of definitely challenges with the farm. There's no doubt about that. Never get me wrong about this, but when I walk the farm and when I show it, it makes me very appreciative of this lifestyle that we have. So this is it for this week. I hope the story of my farm can inspire you to perhaps take a first step in your agricultural adventure, or if you're already farming or having a homestead, remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it takes many years to build something that feels and looks like our farm. This is our 20th year, so believe me, there's been a lot of adventures there. There's a quiz I told you about at the start of the video. I think it's really cool. You can learn a lot about yourself and where you want to forecast where you can be in the upcoming years. So check out the quiz. If you want to learn more about what I do, check out the Market Gardeners Masterclass. Check out the courses that we offer at the Institute. There's a lot of stuff online that can help you in your journey. That's the goal of this video. That's the goal of what I do. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope things are growing, and I'll see you next week. Jay, I'm out with my pigs.